I think I'll do one more vlog because I thought of something that I could talk about. And when you do that, I think you should capitalize on it. Especially if you're like me and your memory sucks. You forget about what it was you were going to vlog about 5 minutes after you came up with it. Actually, there's a couple things I could talk about. One thing is, every once in a while I'm sitting out here in the backyard, I will hear a dog crying. That bothers me, upsets me to no end. Now, I remember once one of my sisters telling me, I don't remember if this is when she was pregnant, maybe, I don't know, and maybe she was having weird hormonal juices flowing through her or something, but I remember her once telling me that whenever she hears a child crying, it bothered her. I don't know if it still does, I'd have to ask her. But at the time she said it really bothers her if she hears a child crying. She feels like she's compelled to, or felt compelled to get up and find the child and find out what was wrong. That's the way I feel when I hear a dog crying. I call animal control. If it goes on for an extended time, I call animal control for somebody to come and check on the animal. And I've done that several times. Another thing I was going to talk about is, while I've been sitting out here, I'm turning 50 in December, and I think I really am turning into a crabby old man. Does it seem to you, does anybody else have this experience, that children scream when they play a lot more than they used to? I don't remember going outside to play and screaming. I mean, just screaming. We would yell and talk loudly because we were having fun and outside, but we wouldn't scream. And it seems like today, case in point, do you hear the screaming? Kids go out and they scream. They scream at the top of their lungs. They scream if somebody touches their bike. I don't know what all they're screaming about, but part of their play is just screaming. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember kids doing that as much when I was a kid. Now, something that I remember and I always think about, that I think kids should be told about and warned about, here comes the old crabby man in me. Here in Waukegan, we had a terrible case where a little girl, I think she was like 12 years old, she was babysitting, and somebody broke in and raped and murdered her. It was a terrible thing. We had a long court case, and the man who was accused of doing it was convicted and sent to prison, but then DNA evidence overturned the decision, and he was let go and given a huge settlement because he sued for false arrest and imprisonment and all that. And so it's still been an open-ended case. If he didn't do it, well, then who did? But anyway, her name was Holly Staker. When that happened, people in the neighborhood of where it took place said they heard screaming, but because kids are always screaming while they're playing in the neighborhood, they didn't think anything of it. They just thought it was kids playing, and so they didn't go to see what was wrong. Now, see, that's what I think these screaming children need to be told. Reserve your screams for when you're in trouble and you need help. Screams aren't for playtime. Screams are for danger. And I think that's how we were. That's how I was. My generation was when we were little. You didn't scream unless you were in trouble and you needed help. Something bad happened. You were terrified. And I think these modern kids need to be warned. It's like, playing wolf. You scream playing, then nobody's going to come when you're really screaming and you need help. There's a hummingbird at the feeder now. I don't know if I can get close up. They will sit on the clotheslines and get really close. He's fighting with a bee. Do you see him? I don't know how close I can get. There he is. It's very rare that there's one single. These days they've been chasing each other around. I think they're getting ready to migrate. They'll be leaving us soon, going south. They fly like all the way to Mexico and Central America. Those little guys. Okay, did I remember everything I was going to complain about? I think I did. I think there was one more thing though. Damn it. Now see, this is another part of being old. The memory sucks. There was something else I was gonna complain about or talk about. I did the Screaming Children. I might have to come back and do another video. When I remember what it was I was going to talk about.